Hey everyone, Hyo here. Today I'm reviewing the Huawei SoundJoy Bluetooth speaker. The official retail price for this here in Singapore is 188 Singapore dollars. At the time of making this video, you can find it at $168 on Lazada SG and Shopee SG. Alright, disclaimer, this is a review unit provided by Huawei, which I have to return. And I have two units here because after listening to this for 1 hour, I went ahead to order one for myself. And after I return this to Huawei, I will be ordering another one so that I can have two, so that I can get them to work in stereo mode. Alright, just to give you the bottom line up front, the sound quality of this speaker to me is a 3.5 out of 5 stars. That's not to say that it's bad, it's actually good enough for me to want to buy one for myself. Nowadays, I rarely give more than 4 stars for Bluetooth audio devices, and I'm comparing this with the Sennheiser IE600 earphones, which has noticeably better definition at the high, the mids. For this speaker, you will not be getting audiophile quality, but it sounds nice. The bass is really nice. It's 5 out of 5 stars easily. It's just that for the mids and the treble, they definitely need more definition. So if Huawei can provide more definition to the mids and treble, that would really help make the Huawei SoundJoy stand out among the competition, because right now they sound just like other Bluetooth speakers with emphasis to bass. Now, one of the main selling points for this speaker to me is the ability to get multiple units and pair them into stereo mode. According to Huawei, you can pair up to 100 units, but 2 for me is good enough for stereo mode. Unfortunately, the soundstage isn't that great in the sense that I am not able to pick out where the instruments are specifically on the soundstage, but it's still some sort of stereo effect. It's still better than having one speaker without the stereo effect. So the main reason why I'm going to buy 2 of this myself is because I can pair them in stereo mode. And the pairing process is really easy. I'll show you later. Alright, on to the full review. Let's take a look at the items included. There's the warranty info, the quick start guide, a 1 meter long USB-C to USB-A charging cable. There is no charger included. Now you can charge the speaker with any charger, and if you use the appropriate charger, you can get quick charging up to 40 watts. The battery life is rated at 26 hours. I did not measure the battery life, but based on my experience of using this for about 2 weeks now, I can say the battery life is really good. It said that you can charge the speaker for 10 minutes to get 1 hour of use. Let's look at the design. So this is a good looking speaker. It's cylindrical in shape, so you can deploy this vertically or horizontally. I prefer to deploy this vertically because it takes up less space on my table, and because the main 20-watt speaker is actually behind the Huawei logo. So if I have this horizontally on my table, the sound is coming out from the left side, which feels weird to me because I'm expecting the sound to come out from the center, but it's actually coming out very noticeably from the left side. There is a 10-watt tweeter here and 2 passive radiators on the side. This is woven fabric and it feels quite durable. This is some design element to let you know that this is the front of the speaker. And the Huawei logo will also let you know that this is the front of the speaker. There is some weight inside the speaker to align the speaker so that the speaker is facing you. So if you have the speaker like this, you can see that it will rotate itself so that the speaker now is facing front. And if you tilt it this way, there are 2 rubber feet to prevent the speaker from rolling around too much. So if you tilt it this way, now the speaker is pointing 45 degrees upwards. And these 2 are made of rubber. We have 2 huge volume buttons. These are also made of rubber and they work quite well. On the back, we have all these buttons. That's the power button, voice control, play and pause, Bluetooth pairing, stereo pairing with other SoundJoy speakers, and this is the USB-C charging port. Now this speaker is said to have IP67 water resistance, but this port is exposed, so I'm not sure if this will cause any trouble if water gets in. And there's a string loop here. This material is plastic and it's matte textured, same as the material here, which is plastic and matte textured. The overall build quality of this speaker is very solid. There is no movable part, and the weight is 680 grams. And this speaker is available in 3 colors: obsidian black, coral red, and this is spruce green. So this is one of the 2 passive radiators, and you can see the brand here. Devialet is a French audio company. So this speaker is co-engineered with Devialet. One thing to note here is there is no 3.5mm audio jack. So when it starts up, there's this sound, which you cannot turn off. The Huawei SoundJoy speaker uses Bluetooth 5.2, and when you turn the speaker on and it's close to compatible Huawei laptops, you can see the automatic pairing dialog box appear. If you're using a laptop from some other company, there is Bluetooth quick pairing as well, so there will be a dialog box that appears here to tell you that the Huawei SoundJoy speaker is around, and you can pair it through that dialog box that appears. So this setup is one big reason why I like this speaker, because you can deploy this vertically and this takes up less space on the table. You can place 2 speakers side by side with your display in the middle, so when you are playing games or watching movies or just doing your work while you're listening to music, the experience is really good. It is possible to pair multiple devices to this speaker, and if you want to switch between the different devices, you have to first disconnect the Bluetooth connection before you connect it with another device. Once the speaker is paired, you will see this ring light come on, and this will spin with the music. And if you adjust the volume, you will see the volume indicator as well. Okay, that's quite loud. One downside to this speaker is the jump in volume with each step is quite big. So if you press the button once, the sound will be noticeably louder. There is no finer adjustment with the buttons here and with the buttons on your device, on your tablet or on your phone. So if you press here, again, the sound will be noticeably louder. If you want finer adjustments, you can use the app, the Huawei AI Live Companion app. You can get finer and more precise volume adjustments with this app as well as with a computer. Let's talk about the Huawei AI Live Companion app, which is only available from the Huawei App Store. This app is not available from the Google Play Store, and also it's not available from the Apple App Store. But don't worry, this app doesn't do much, so you're not really missing out if you don't have the app. The speakers work perfectly fine without the app. I've already paired the speakers into a stereo group, which is why you can see 2 speakers here. So with this app, you can see the battery life, you can adjust the volume, and under Bluetooth, you can see the devices that are paired with the speaker. Oh, I've actually paired 5 devices with the speaker. There are firmware updates available. The latest one allows you to connect 100 speakers together. And this is the lighting effect, which you can turn on or off. And you can set the sleeping time. So after 15 minutes of inactivity, you can go to sleep. You can have it at 30 minutes or 1 hour. If you have the speakers in stereo group, you can switch the left and right channel here. And you can test which one is the left and right speaker. Here are 3 presets. Hi-Fi sounds very similar to Devialet mode, so there isn't much difference. Voice actually pushes the music back, so the music doesn't sound forward, so voice is not very useful either. Anyway, this is not very useful. And this is where you can adjust the bass. By default, the bass is on, I would say, the higher side. So if you want less bass, you can tune it down, but I will just leave it at default because it sounds good at default. So there is no way for you to EQ the audio quality, and the audio adjustments for the sound is very limited. So it doesn't really matter whether or not you use this app. The app is not needed for you to pair the speakers into stereo mode. There are two ways to pair the speakers to stereo mode. First, make sure the Bluetooth is turned on for both speakers. The first way is to shake the speakers. Yeah, you will hear that sound and the pairing button will light up. This doesn't work consistently for me, so I use the second way, which is to press the stereo button 2 times. Here as well, 2 times, and they will pair together. This is much easier. To figure out which is the left and right channel, you can always go to YouTube to find left and right stereo sound test, or you can check the left and right channel with the Huawei AI Live app. Let's talk about the audio quality. So the Huawei SoundJoy has a 20-watt main speaker and a 10-watt tweeter. And the main highlight of this speaker to me is the bass, which sounds really good. So the bass and the overall audio, the sound, can fill the room very nicely. As for the mids and treble, they definitely need more definition. So this speaker is not ideal for listening to instrumental pieces, purely instrumental pieces such as soundtracks, orchestras, video game music, which is actually the type of music that I listen to. So this speaker isn't going to give you the definition that you need with mids and treble. For example, when violin is being played, the sound isn't as sharp with this speaker compared to the earphones that I test with. Songs with vocals sound alright, although audio quality will benefit significantly with better mids and treble. Another thing that affects audio quality significantly is the speaker is very directional. So right now you can see the Huawei logo, which means the speaker is pointing towards me. So this is where you can get the best audio quality. Now if you turn the speaker like this slightly, now the speaker is pointing forward instead of towards me. So you can noticeably hear the speaker turning away. And if you have the speaker turning here or facing here, it's like someone is talking to you but not looking at you. I prefer to deploy the speakers vertically and upside down where the light is beneath. The reason is the main speaker is actually on the left side. So when I look at the speaker like this, I'm expecting the sound to come out from the center, but it's actually from the left. It feels weird to me. So I prefer to deploy this vertically where the sound is coming out from the center. And if you deploy it like this, the speaker is actually lower, closer to the table. If you have it upside down, you bring the speaker up closer to your ear level, and the mids and treble actually sound clearer and hence better. So even though the light at the top of the speaker looks really cool, I prefer to have this at the bottom so that I can get better audio quality. You will not get 360 sound with this speaker because the speaker is very directional. And as long as you don't point the speaker to your door, you can turn up the volume and most of the sound will stay in your room. According to specifications, you can get up to 79 decibels, which is really loud. Now I cannot tell you whether there is distortion when you are playing music that loud because I cannot bring myself to push the volume beyond step 3 because step 3 is already too loud for me. The overall audio quality you can get with this speaker to me is 3.5 out of 5 stars. As mentioned earlier, I rarely give more than 4 stars for Bluetooth audio devices, so 3.5 out of 5 stars is actually pretty good. Good enough for me to want to buy one for myself. Actually, I'm going to buy 2 because I want to use them in stereo mode. So when you have them in stereo mode, you can position them however you like to get the best audio quality. So for me, first thing to do, turn the speakers upside down to bring the speaker up. You can also hold the speakers like this and move them around just to figure out where is the best sound coming from. So I usually use this with my laptop or with my tablet or with my projector. One thing I really like about this is because they are Bluetooth and they are battery powered, you can place them wherever you like. So when I'm using my home projector, I would place them at the corner of the rooms. Alright, to conclude, I enjoy using the Huawei Sound Joy. I like the sound, I like this enough that I'm going to buy two to replace my old Bluetooth speaker, which is the Bose SoundLink Mini 2, which is a few years old now, and in the recent months it has developed so many problems. It's fully charged, but I cannot power it on. I can only use this when this is connected to cable, and for some reason Bluetooth connectivity isn't that great, even though the computer is just like beside the speaker. And this has to be deployed horizontally on the table, which takes up more space on my very small table. So I like this because you can have this vertical and you can have two of this for stereo. With a single speaker, you're not going to get any sort of stereo effect with just one speaker. Alright, if you guys are interested to get the Huawei SoundJoy speaker and you happen to be from Singapore, do consider using the Shopee SG and Shopee Lazada affiliate links that I have for you in the video description below. Alright, I hope this review is useful. See you guys again. Bye.